Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. Don't. No. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Empire. Keeping the fan engaged is hard in a crowded environment.
The enterprise nature of the platform and the sort of the workflow engine that supports it enables you to create workflows to drive those personalized experiences based off how they answer a question, what score they get, if they get 10 out of 10 in a quiz, if they run a personality test.
That's Joel Steele, CEO and co-founder of Komo Technologies, who believes they have cracked a code to not just engage fans, but keep them interested. This is the Future Sport Podcast. I'm Bram Weinstein. Joel Steele is bringing his knowledge of fan engagement techniques to leagues and teams all across the globe in the search of finding an answer to one of the trickiest questions in the crowded space of attention seeking. Our guest this week is Joel Steele. He is the CEO and the co-founder of Komo Technologies, which is a marketing activation platform that they say will supercharge attention, retention, and they got a really cool partnership with Fanatics that we'll discuss as well. Hi, Joel. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about Komo Technologies. What do you guys do?
Well, everything you've just said on the box there. So we're the ultimate marketing activations platform designed to make it super easy to create this really interactive, gamified experiences and content to cut through all the noise in the marketing landscape, grab attention, but more importantly, or as importantly, retain that attention. So if you're doing all the hard work to promote an activation and gather the attention or earn the attention of a consumer or a fan, why not try and drive as much return on investment as you can out of that and actually retain that consumer or a fan for a longer period of time. So nurture and grow those relationships once you have them. And that's what the platform does out of the box.
Okay. Well, let's do the spoiler alert then. How do you do that? How do you keep retention of fans of an event or a team or a brand?
Look, it's about adding value. So the great thing about our platform is the breadth and depth of the games, the competitions, the rewards, all the different mechanics that you can engage that sort of end user with, and how easy it is to do so. So instead of running, one campaign every few months or however often you normally run sort of this type of activation, you can spin up a what we call an engagement hub or an activation in a matter of minutes on the platform. So you can run more content. We can keep them coming back. We've got a whole heap of loyalty features like badges and leaderboards and points, etc., which incentivize the users to keep coming back into your sort of process and your system. But I think the real value comes from being able to collect data in a non-intrusive way through the different games and mechanics that we have, and using that data in real time to drive a more personalized experience for the next action. So if you're engaging with a piece of content and you collect in preference data, how do you use that data to then say, okay, well, we think you actually might like this piece of content, or this is sort of the next step for you to give you the most value so that you keep coming back into the system.
Okay. Could you give me like a real example, whatever activations you've done, to give me a sense of how this kind of start to finish works for Komo?
Look, you're thinking about a sports. We do a lot with sponsors of sports. So you're thinking about a sports sponsor who is activating on a weekly basis to enhance their sponsorship of whatever the sport might be. Say you're activating in stadium. You might say, play this particular game and earn a badge. And you can see on the Komo platform when you're on the hub that there are 10 badges that you need to earn. Now, you play the first game and it rewards you with that badge. Then it sort of prompts you to say, come back next week and play next week's game to earn badge 2. And it sort of takes you on that journey to say, if you earn all the badges over whatever the extended period of time is, you will unlock a next step, a reward, a prize, or whatever sort of relevant for that particular campaign. It's all very customizable. The enterprise nature of the platform and the sort of the workflow engine that supports it enables you to create workflows to drive those personalized experiences based off how they answer a question, what score they get, if they get 10 out of 10 in a quiz, if they run a personality test and their personality outcome is you're this type of fan, well, then we can send them on a different journey based off that outcome.
So who ideates the ideas for all the activations? Is that you all? Is that the teams? Is it the brand itself? How do you guys think through that process?
Yeah, so we have quite an in-depth knowledge base on the platform. So after activations, it's we put the best in class activations in that knowledge base. We have hundreds of templates in the platform as well. So if you're looking for a certain activation to achieve a certain outcome, you can sort of search within the platform itself to get a list of different templates for activations that will help you ideate and help bring that to life even faster. But we also very much like to partner with our customers, our subscribers. And when I say that, I mean our customer success team, even our sales and partnerships team, they will do like a white glove, hand-in-hand approach where we will work with you to really listen to understand what you're trying to achieve, depending on the level of sort of subscription you're taking up. But our enterprise customers, we very much work in that sort of partnership and become part of their team as opposed to just going, here's a subscription to the platform, good luck, there's a knowledge base, call us if you need us. It's more of how do we ensure that you're getting the absolute most out of the platform and turning us into more of a profit center as opposed to a cost center, because a lot of the time, especially in sports, it's used as a way to drive commercial revenue through their brand partners.
One of the major initiatives you have is with Fanatics that's coming up in August with Fanatics events and their Fan Fest. Can you tell me a little bit about that partnership?
Yeah. So look, obviously Fanatics, an amazing brand, someone we've sort of earmarked as someone we really wanted to start working with a while back, and we're very excited to have partnered with them. Fan Fest, the first ever immersive sports festival where fandom, culture and collection collide. So we're very excited to sort of help bring that to life for them. That's the first activation we are running with the Fanatics events team. So they're bringing the best athletes, leagues, teams, and of course all their brand partners to that one location at Javits Centre in mid-August. But what Komo will be doing will be helping them authentically connect with the fans in that digital world. So that's by creating all these interactive and engaging experiences like the different games, competitions, activations, etc. But all designed to amplify the fans' passion points and non-intrusively learn, again, more about the actual fans, and then, again, in real time, use that data to drive a more personalised experience at the event and then post the event itself as well.
So maybe for someone, maybe all your partners are different, but maybe for someone like Fanatics, the engagement is to get them ultimately to be bigger customers of Fanatics, buy more merchandise, whatever it may be on their behalf. When it's a team or a league that you're working with, is the ultimate goal to get them to do real life experiences, or is the goal that they're working for is just to have this kind of robust digital engagement? How do you kind of see that?
Because we have this platform approach, we sort of touch multiple different departments within a sports team. So a lot of the time we're coming in via the partnerships and sales side. So how do you create a new digital asset that they can sell? Now, we like to sort of flip that on its head from the very beginning and go, let's put the fan first. Let's make sure that whatever we are doing, whatever you are doing, don't even worry if it's about us. let's just make sure that whatever you are doing, you are putting the fan at the center of every decision you make. If you do that, then you're going to put yourself in the best position to drive the best fan experiences. And if you're doing that, then you can attach a brand to those experiences in a endemic fashion. Now, so we go in with that sort of mindset, and then we help them create these digital activations experiences which amplify the passion for that particular team, provides them with something new and exciting to sell, but then gives them and their brand partners access to data which they would never have had before. And that is more of that zero-party data. So a lot of the time they've got ticketing data and first name, last name, email, but how do we actually go a little bit deeper and understand what do they actually like? What type of food and beverages do they like? Do they like rocking up early to the game? Do they want a VIP upgrade experience? Do they have merch? Do they not have merch? Do they season ticket holders? Whatever it might be, through our platform, we can start to uncover all of this information and start to build out these really rich customer profiles or fan profiles, which then, if used in the right way, will drive more commercial return for the actual team themselves, whether that's ticket, merch, partner, sales, because the more data they have on their database, if they can say we've got 100,000 members and 25,000 of them are looking to buy a new car in the next 12 months, they've got a family of 4, et cetera, that data is so powerful when you're going to do your sponsorship renewals.
Yeah.
Without it, you're sort of just selling space. With it, you're selling a really pointy offering and a really great understanding of who your fans are.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Future Sport is a presentation of Empire Media, a B2B and B2C podcast and digital company dedicated to making your business or brand be heard. Internal or external content creation that will have a lasting impact on your strategy. Consulting, creation, and production, all to help you effectively communicate your message in any marketplace. Learn more at empiremedia.com, AMPIRE media.com. Since you are thinking fan first, what have you learned about the fans? What do they want? And I know that that's an extremely broad question, but what comes to mind when I ask it?
Proving their fandom. I think a lot of, especially sports fans, they're not shy of wanting to go, I'm the biggest fan of my team. Especially if you can create content that allows them to take on their friends. The whole community, yes, but if you can create content which allows them to share with their friends, take on their friends in a particular game, or share user-generated content. So things like, here is my top 5 starting lineup, or here is me and my friends, in a photo frame card which I'm sharing onto the big screen at the actual game itself. So proving fandom and fan-generated content is probably the two that sort of come to mind.
Okay. You are working with the American fan base now. Obviously, you've worked in campaigns in Australia as well. What's the difference? Are fans, or are the fans on the other side of the world different than the fans you're working with here in the United States?
One of the many reasons I love the USA is your fandom. It is next level. Especially in college sports, the college sports scene here is it's bigger than, the biggest sports leagues in Australia as far as how many people you get to the game, how just engrossed they are in their team and how they live and breathe, how they bleed the colours of their team. I've always grown up loving sports, which is sort of what sort of pushed me into Komo in the first place, and sort of the idea around it all. So I think there's the level of fandom in the US is at a whole another level to most places in the world, but definitely in Oz. Like we are super passionate about our sport, but I believe it's at a whole nother level here.
Okay. Last thing, and I want to touch on this one topic, which is I would assume that you have to think constantly about innovation. In digital spaces, this is a very crowded space. Your goal is to get attention and retain it. How often are you thinking about how much you need to consistently change the messaging, change the offerings to consistently stand out?
Changing our overarching offering and messaging is not something like we've got a very focused offering, right? It's making it easy for marketers to create this content which captures attention and keeps it. The intricacies that sit underneath that, which are all the different games and competitions and ways you can activate and get that attention, that will continue to evolve. So this is on a monthly basis, we're adding new content, new games. We're listening to our customers. We very much are a customer-driven platform. So, and the great thing about us is we are industry agnostic. So we're not focused on sport. In fact, sport's probably only about 25-30% of our sort of revenue. It's very much around if we are going to build a new game for a sports team, we build it in such a way so it's agnostic to shopping centres, retail, media, hospitality, live events. And because we do that and we spend more time creating the games and features to make it agnostic, it just means they're super robust and super flexible, which that obviously helps with, one team can spin up a game in this way and another team can spin up the same game in 10 different ways. So that's another sort of point of difference with the platform and how we're sort of forward thinking and looking to sort of scale every single thing we do. Obviously, you've got to throw out the AI word. That you wouldn't be having a conversation about future proofing if you didn't. So I think on the AI side, where actually we've got our kickoff this week actually, which is there's a big focus around ideating around how we can continue to grow our how we use AI to better improve our customers' experiences. And that's very much going to be around content. So how do we make it even easier to create content on the Komo platform and then use AI to better inform our current customers what has worked for our past customers and activations. So if you're coming in from the space of from a sports team and you've got this type of brand that wants to activate on your platform, we've got thousands of activations that have been run in the past. How do we use AI to better inform what that next step should be for the new customer?
Joel Steele is the co-founder and the CEO of Komo Technologies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That will do it for this episode. As always, the future is now. This is the Future Sport Podcast. I'm Bram Weinstein.